What's going on, PTG fam? Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. This episode is brought to you by Tranzfuse. Tranzfuse is the #1 all-natural electrolyte drink that all of the top professionals are using. You have pros from all sorts of different teams, Houston Heat, LA Ironman, San Diego Dynasty, and I'm sure many more that are using this product and reaping the benefits. This stuff is amazing. If you guys were at World Cup, you saw their booth, you saw all of the players, all the pro players, divisional players, whoever it was absolutely loving this stuff and reaping the benefits of it. It was hot, it was humid, and it was really difficult to play. We played every single point, Tyler and myself, and we were able to stand strong at the very end in overtime in the finals, largely in thanks to this amazing product that kept us incredibly hydrated. I was drinking 3 or 4 of these packets per day because we were just losing so much sweat. It was over 90% humidity, up in the upper 80s. It was hot, humid, really tiring, really difficult, mentally draining, physically fatiguing, but because of Tranzfuse, we were able to stay well hydrated and replenished in all of those aspects. So this product is tried and true. We absolutely love it. If you actually go back to the Las Vegas Open, some of the Ironman guys, Corey Hall in specific, was using the Tranzfuse and Transcend, which is an all-natural energy drink, nootropic, that they are going to be releasing. We talk about that in this episode. This company just has tons of awesome products. You go back to 2018 World Cup, the Houston Heat players were all using Tranzfuse. There is something about it. You are mentally sharp, you are well hydrated, you are ready to compete at the highest levels, and that's why we are so thankful to have partnered with them. As always, you guys can use code PLAYTHEGAME at checkout, get yourself a little 10% discount. Head over to tranzlabs.com. That's TRANZLABS.com. Check out their products. Check out all their different flavors. My personal favorite is the watermelon lime. This stuff is absolute dynamite. We love it. It's tried and true. It works. It's great. Check it out for yourself. This episode is also brought to you by Heal Brand CBD. Heal Brand is an amazing company that we are also incredibly fortunate to be partnered with. Heal Brand has been a staple in my sleep and recovery. They have awesome nanotechnology in their CBD products, and what that means is the CBD can actually break through the cellular wall and be absorbed by the body much quicker than your traditional CBD. It is an awesome technology that allows you to feel the CBD right away. This company makes a multitude of different products. They have their CBD line with their tinctures. They have an amp kind of energy shot that you can take in the morning, and my favorite product from them is the knockout shot that you can take at night. Has valerian root, melatonin, 10 milligrams of their nano CBD, and a few other amazing herbal supplements in there that help you totally pass out and get just an amazing night of good quality sleep where you don't wake up feeling groggy, you don't feel like you took a sleep aid or any sort of drugs or anything like that. Is all natural and just some really dynamite stuff. I know at World Cup I was using this stuff every single night, waking up feeling incredibly refreshed, and I love the product. I know Tyler loves the product. The CBD is phenomenal. It's really great to help with any sort of inflammation. Blake Yarber was dealing with some injuries during World Cup, and I gave him some CBD tincture, and he said that it completely relieved him of his injuries. He didn't want to take any Tylenol or anything like that, and I was just blown away. I was really thankful that we had this company and this product to help aid him and compete at the highest levels. Again, you guys can head over to healbrand.com, I apologize, and use code PLAYTHEGAME at checkout. You will also get a 10% discount. This episode is also brought to you by G2 Paintball. G2 Paintball, as you guys know, is a paintball athletics company that is designed to make you a better paintball athlete. What they're doing out in Arizona is phenomenal. They are hosting really affordable camps that you can get out to and have a day full of intensive training. I know before World Cup, 3 weeks before World Cup, before there was a field layout, the entire Dynasty team went out to Arizona. We did a full G2 training weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was the hardest training I think I've ever done, but we were absolutely ready to go into World Cup and win World Cup, clearly. You push yourself to these types of exertion levels and you do reap the benefits of performing much better when you're actually in competition. You know, there's a lot of paintball specific movements that players don't really understand how to train for. So I can't say enough good things about G2 Paintball. Head over to g2paintball.com, see if there's a camp coming up near you, and definitely get out there. I know I will be working with them in the future. Tyler works with them. I know Ryan Greenspan, Rusty Glaze, Victor Gamboa, all part of the Dynasty family. Just get involved, get active. Again, that's g2paintball.com, and check them out. All right, without further ado, this is a great episode, very special one that we're bringing to you guys. It's one of our favorite partners, Stephen Williams. He's the owner of Tranzlabs. They make the Tranzfuse electrolyte drink. They have just totally dominated the paintball space the last year and have so many plans for the future. He's a true paintball patron, full supporter of the game, the players in the game. We're excited for you guys to hear his story and hear a little bit about the brand and products and some marketing advice. All right, let's jump in there.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Yo, what is up, PTG Nation? We got the one and only Steven from Tranzfuse with us today. Thank you so much for coming on the show, bud. How's it going?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Staying hydrated AF.
Yeah, dude. I got my shirt right here. Hydrated at AF. You can pick these up actually by going to tranzlabs.com, I think. And you can check this out on YouTube and check out these sweet shirts that he's got. They're so tight. It says "Stay Hydrated AF" with the big Tranzfuse logo on it.
We launched the World Cup. So
yeah.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, World Cup was huge, man. I love Tyler and I both obviously love what you've been doing in the paintball industry. The brand has really taken off. It's some of the best stuff that we've ever used. We are incredibly thankful to have partnered up with you guys. But how did you get into paintball? Your story is pretty cool. And so we want the listeners to kind of know a little bit about you, who you are, your background, why you're so passionate about the sport, and, you know, where this whole paintball takeover is coming from.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of like a time capsule. I was shooting back in 02, 03. I started off with the Spider Electro, I believe. That was the first marker. And then I bumped up to Angel A4 Fly, the 90 grip
there we go.
Angle, trigger frame. And I was on the forums back in the day. So I grew up in Toronto, Canada. So we had like Badlands, Paintball City, Wasaga Beach, paintball, everything there. I was really in tune with the forums, DB Nation, back when Stormtrooper White, everything for your marker was like this cool thing. And I played a few regional events. Decided to focus on my soccer scholarship and played that for until college. Got into bodybuilding, fitness modeling and such, and was really health conscious and focused on just overall mind, body, and soul. And a bunch of my friends in Miami, they played paintball, for a few of the regional teams there, played cup, all different regional events and such. And after being in the bodybuilding industry, I decided that, I wanted to create a product that was adhered to their standards, but catered to the extreme sports market. So the first thing I thought in my mind was, let's reach out to the paintball community. And with that being said, I mean, I was being in Miami, like we used to go out a lot, and we used to work hard and play hard. So that was a motto that we lived by. And I believe LJ Woodley and Ronnie, they came down and they visited a few of our friends of ours, and we partied at Ultra Music Festival and such. And and that's how we started connected. And I reached out to Ronnie back in the day when I was working for a bodybuilding company called Tranzfuse. Not Tranzfuse. Concrete
I was gonna say, what a coincidence.
Premier Sports, Concrete Create Team. So I used to send them some products and such. And then when I decided to come out with my own product, I reached out to Ronnie again. I'm like, hey, I have this new product out. It's like, Pedialyte, Gatorade, Emergency, and coconut water all combined in one product. I'd love for you guys to try it out and use it. And he's been using it, and it got me involved with World Cup in NXL last year, and I was able to meet you guys there last year. And
Hold on. So you got involved with players from Houston Heat last year. You gave them electrolyte ingredients with these amazing brain boosting vitamins. They win World Cup. And then this year you get involved with us, give us the brain boosters, and then we win World Cup. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not saying anything, but I mean,
Those are just the cold hard facts.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. Okay. All right.
Well, dude, we're in the right area, buddy. We're in the right spot, Marsh.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, the last year we had Tranzfuse, and this year you guys were able to beta test Transcend out too. So that was
Yeah. For everybody
Transcend
out
is
there that
amazing.
doesn't know, Tranzfuse is coming out with a nootropics that will be available relatively soon. And
end of January.
there we go, January. Look out for that. It is pretty outstanding. I've tried it a couple of different times, helping with, like you said, the beta testing and just getting some awareness on it. And it's some kick-ass stuff. You guys are going to really enjoy this.
Yeah, I've messed around with so many different, whether it's energy drinks or different types of coffee with coconut oil. And, that's one of my favorites is coffee with coconut oil, because the more all natural route, that's why I started to really go towards nootropics, as it's a lot of natural type ingredients. And the concoction that you sent us to beta test, man, was amazing. I loved it. I remember the first time that I took it, I was on my way out to the field to practice before World Cup. It was during the week, and I was going out for a drill day. I was just like zinging, dude. I was just in such a good mood. I was, you didn't feel like you were on some kind of intense stimulant. You just had a lot of good energy. There was no crash, that you typically get from energy drinks. I can't stand energy drinks. Even a lot of pre-workout. I think obviously, Stephen, I've told you, you've been working back and forth on this. Pre-workout, if I take a full scoop, I don't sleep that night, So if I take it in the morning, I can't go to sleep. So it's something that I avoid because of that, because I think sleep is so important. It is. Sleep is very important, and I'm very delicate with my sleep. But the nootropic that you had gave me the type of energy I needed, and I had no issues going to sleep. And then obviously we used it at World Cup as well. You were kind of stingy with the servings that you brought to World Cup. I got to say, you only gave each of us 2 servings. So we held out. I waited until the last game Saturday and Sunday to take mine, but it was pretty good stuff.
We originally were supposed to have 200 samples to hand out to people to try and do some reviews on, but with everything with the lockdown and such, we weren't able to come out with all those servings. So we were only able to have, I think, 30 servings. So I had to split it up with different players and such.
Of course.
But everyone's given amazing reviews on it, and my goal is to create products that are superior to anything else on the market, and to give you guys the closest to research studies as possible.
Dude, I was seeing through bunkers out there. They were screwed. They were done for. They had no chance.
I like it. Seeing through bunkers. It's wall hacks for all of our gamers out there that use digital paintball or like Counter-Strike or anything. Yeah. Digital paintball was I think so. To have Counter-Strike, you had to have Half-Life, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
There was Counter-Strike, and then digital paintball was run off the same platform. But some of the players in there would have wall hacks where they could see through the bunkers, and it was just like it was incredibly unfair. You couldn't do anything. Those players were super dominant. Yep. Transcend absolutely does that. You can see through the bunkers.
Get it going. Get it right. So you just obviously you went to college and you did your time and you came full circle back to paintball and created this amazing product. And it all started just from, like you said, LJ and Ronnie were the first ones in there, and then it just blossomed, man. It's really come a long ways, and we're so glad, obviously, to be partnered with you, because it's changed a lot for Dynasty. We use it with our practices, and the guys feel a lot better, at the end of the day. And I can't wait to have them seeing through bunkers here shortly with the Transcend. That'll be an added bonus there. It's gonna be amazing.
Absolutely.
I mean, what was badass is 3 weeks before World Cup, before there was a layout release, we all went out to Arizona. It was like 100 degrees, super hot out in the middle of the desert, Tyler's hometown now. And we had a 3-day practice with just ourselves. And it was probably the hardest practice that I've ever been part of. And we, Stephen, you had sent us a bunch of boxes of Tranzfuse for the whole team. So everybody was reaping the benefits of this stuff. And, in all honesty, this is truly how we feel about the product. We've told you over and over, like, you have made an amazing product here. There's stuff we're always, to be at the top of any sort of professional sport, right? No matter what it is, you really need to be in tune with your body. You have to be able to train really hard. You have to be able to recover faster than your opponents. And you have to be able to perform at the highest levels when you're exhausted, right? And so in order to do that, we're like constantly looking for little ways to hack into the next level, right? That's what we do. That's what I've done my whole life. before events. It's so funny. I remember like 2007 was the first World Cup that we won. And I remember before the event, I spent like $100 at Sports Authority back then, you know, and it was just on like pre-workout stuff and hydration stuff and protein, like all this stuff. Right. And I was like, man, and that was a big chunk. I was 16 years old, you know, and it was a big chunk of money for me. And, you know, we won the event and I remember I played really good and I was like, oh man, like there is something into that. Like you got to take care of yourself. You have to feel good. You have to be 100% in order to be better than other people, you know, that are also trying to take what you want, you know what I mean? So every little edge. And that's why, man, we're just so stoked. I can't say it enough.
That's number one
on this product. Yeah. It's
That's number one,
man,
is
really
your body.
Yeah, totally.
If your body's not ready to win, you can't carry that bag of meat down the field. You know what I mean? It's going to be done. You're toast. So you have to be ready to win, and your body has to be peak performance. And it's like a car, you know, you got to put the right stuff in to get the right results. And yeah, it's a game changer for sure. I kind of want to know more about your playing paintball, because I know you're really hungry to get back on the field and start shooting people up. I understand you're in Alabama right now, and we were talking a little before the show. You said you've been playing some hyperball or something like that out there.
Yeah, so I recently played at Mountain Doom. It was a hyperball old school field, and everyone was playing pretty conservative, and like my mindset is like back in the day, like, you know, serial killers days, where everyone just lanes, just lines of paint flying everywhere. So like I had that mentality coming back into the game, and everyone's like, you gotta relax, you gotta chill, you gotta just play your lanes and you know, and make your moves, like, and be more strategic.
Dude, screw that, go for it.
I'm just a monkey with a gun, just running, just shooting everywhere and just trying to hit everything. But obviously I'm gonna be, you know, I gotta learn and I gotta get better IQ. So
well, you got the IQ master up here, Marcelo, he's got a book actually for people who want to get their IQ up for paintball. He's got Paintball IQ that's available.
There you go. We got some hard copies coming soon too. Shout out to that.
There we go. Angle Productions, is that right?
Yeah, Ali from Angle Group Productions. Yeah, he's helping out with that. He's the man. Pretty stoked on those. Yeah, he's the man. But I'm really stoked to get those out to the public.
Yeah, the thing about being too aggressive is like, I kind of like that in a player, because it's hard to teach a player how to be super aggressive and like turn the booster on and just get down the field. It's, you know, if you're a super aggressive player, I can kind of teach you how to be a little more methodical, a little bit more thoughtful about the positioning and the play and the communication. But like, not every player has that go factor where they're just going to go down the field and go stomping down the field. So it's something that's actually a benefit for you to have that, you know, that aggressiveness, because you could totally learn all the little details. It really just comes down to awareness and talking with your teammates. I feel like when I talk with my teammates, I stay alive way longer, obviously, and I'm able to get way better information to make the cool, aggressive moves like towards the end of the game, or, you know, have the awareness to know how to move properly. So that's all it is.
I think you touch on something really important there, Ty, that a lot of players don't understand is when you see a pro make a really high level move, more times than not, it's because they're getting good information from their teammates. It's not that they're reading the field and their field awareness is just immaculate. It's that they're taking information they're getting from their teammates, and then they're putting together the full picture and able to make these moves, which is why communication is such a big part of the game, you know, and so important. If you want to win at the highest levels, you have to have great communication so that your players can take the information and make the best decisions off of that.
Totally. It's everything, dude. It's the only way you can know how to navigate out there. Yeah, so, totally. You started in like 2002, you were saying, like somewhere in the like 03?
Around that time. It's been it was a blur. It's been a blur for me.
Dude, that's tight. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was I'm trying to think, like that was when they had like the Intimidators out. DM4 just came out, or it was like Shockers and Impulses were still like bricks.
Yeah.
Like, 2 boxes and stuff.
But they were the smallest, dopest guns.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah.
At the time, yeah.
We've really come a long way with the paintball guns, you know, like I guess you don't really realize it when you're in it. Like when I was that age, I was like 13, 14, maybe 15 years old right there. And I shot an Intimidator. That thing was 3/4 the size of my body. If you put the tank on the ground and then had the barrel, like the thing was legitimately 3/4 the size of my height. And I was toting this huge thing around. And, you know, you didn't really think of it at the time, but now people are complaining because a gun has a couple ounces over. You're like, oh my God, dude, we were
They don't
running with
know.
bricks.
They don't know. They don't know. I mean,
They don't
like
know.
coming back last year. I mean, I'm like, where's the drop forwards? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like you're shooting like this, and like now is everyone's like, you got to be forward now, and there's no
Yeah,
people don't use peanuts anymore. Like they got
that's
tanks and stuff.
true.
Like I'm
Real
so
quick
mind blown. Like,
for the listeners, Steven just had his fingers by his face, basically fanning the trigger, because that's how
Yeah.
it used to be when you had the drop forwards. The tank would be in, you'd have to
Your
bend
ar-
your wrist up.
Yeah, your
was
arm
like,
looks like a Z.
yeah, exactly. Your elbow would be in front of your hand, you know, and you're just
Yeah.
fanning away. The good old
But
days.
he's right.
Dude.
If
He's
you
right.
see all the pictures from that time, everyone's arm looks like a Z. Their elbow
Yeah.
is like pushed way forward and they're shooting way back here. And it's just a whole different look. I was actually just looking at this picture. I have this like old shark. It's like a shark drop forward on my Angel. And I was just, you know, that was it. That was the business at that time.
You know, it's kind of funny. We've come full circle a little bit. Sorry, Steven, I didn't want to say. I just want to say this real quick. When we got rid of the drop forwards, everybody's gunfighting position got a little wider. I always give Ryan shit about it so much because it's like the staple of his stance. He has these like wide elbows. You know, the tank is in your shoulder. And now that we've started to evolve even more, I think the Russians really led the way with this one. They kind of put the tank on the side of their shoulder and drop the shoulder back. And so the arm kind of is going back to that Z formation in a way when they're gunfighting a little bit, not as much as it used to be.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny, the evolution of that, you know, because there was a time where we went away from the drop forwards and the gun was like way in front of you, elbows out, you know, and you like people would gunfight and like their head was almost in the center of the gun, you know, like the little bit of your elbow at the bottom sticking out wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. You know, now it's such a big deal that it's evolved back to where they're kind of like pulling that elbow in a little bit. The tank's coming back more like it used to be, especially when things get tight, you know, and you're gunfighting like that. It's just kind of funny.
Dude, it's crazy. I want everybody to go to Russian Legion's Instagram at Russian Legion and look at some of the videos they have on there. I swear to God, I couldn't fit a piece of paper between their shot. Okay, so you have the edge of the bunker and then they snap out and shoot a paintball. They're shooting a paintball so close to the edge of the bunker, you can't fit a piece of paper in between that. And that's how they're getting such a good snapshot off right off the edge of the bunker. And you legitimately can see like an inch profile of these guys snap shooting. It's ridiculous. Go check that out on their Instagram. They're nuts.
Absolutely, Ty. Their Instagram's fun to follow because they take the fundamentals to a whole nother level.
Straight up. Yeah. And so yeah, at that time, Steven, when you were playing, it was just balls to the wall. Like you said, like we had all the crazy heavy metal paintball movies, people just getting blown to pieces. Kind of talk to us about that time frame. Because I'm sure coming in now, you're like, what is paintball? You know, this is new. This is a whole new beast here.
it's I mean, like comparing to when I was playing to now, I think that it's a lot more. It's treated a lot more like a sport now, like a real legit, like athletic, like elite sport, where you have to fine tune every aspect of your game, whether it comes to mental, physical, and even I guess environmental when it comes to team. Back then, it's kind of like, you know, everyone wants to be a superstar and they're just trying to go as like get as many kills as possible. I was actually at the last Sky Ball. So that was
nice.
Yeah, it was I don't even remember the year it was, but it was the very last Sky Ball. That was when I first got into paintball, and seeing the way people play there is just like, once again, like last year I tried trying to catch up with everything. I'm just like, the one thing is there's barely any companies anymore. It's like I'm like, what happened to because I was a geek for Angel, right? So I had Angel hair, I had, you know,
me too.
Everything. I mean, it was a culture shock for me, but it was also I understood how like the industry evolved, and something definitely something that I could see evolving to even to the next level now, just with the fact that, you know, people are treating this more like a sport. You know, like I know you guys are all trying to grow the sport and play and, you know, grow the culture and whatnot, and I think just doing content like this and doing viral content is definitely the way to go.
Totally.
I'm happy. I'm so excited to see exactly what happens for 2021. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. We're hoping for the best. We gotta, make sure that we can all just get through this crazy year and get into the next one and start kicking butt in 21. Because obviously, I think everybody's well aware that COVID cases have been on the rise. So we got to do the best that we can to mitigate all that and be safe and navigate the COVID times, as we call them. It's been crazy,
COVID
man.
times.
Yeah. And, just keep doing the best we can. That's all we can do. Keep having fun and being safe and playing ball. Good thing we have paintball. It's, one of the safest things that you can do and still get outside and have fun. So thank God for that, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're doing, I think the last event is coming up next week. But what do you guys have in store in the next few months for the off season? Obviously, it's never off season for you guys. You guys are always training, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well,
pretty much.
I've always, since kind of the start of my career, I typically there would be an event in Australia that would have been this last weekend that we just had, right? Last weekend in November. And then the weekend after that. So this coming weekend is an event in Thailand. And I always end the season that way. I go to Australia, fly straight over to Thailand. It's kind of like a vacation tournament. It's a lot of fun. We have a really good time. And then I come home and I don't do anything all of December. I spend December at home with the family, just relaxing. And that is my off season, December. Just enjoy the holidays of Christmas and I get really festive. But this year's it's kind of different, like I feel like we just had a long off season. So
yeah,
I don't really want to have one. I might actually go out to New York in 2 weeks to help coach a team, New York wrecking crew that I work with out there. We're trying to figure out how possible that is. Their governor just actually made it really difficult to travel there again. So the COVID issues are definitely a problem, and it's such a weird thing because so many people are unaffected by it, but some people are incredibly affected by it. So you want to be respectful to that, but it's just a weird space to be in. And actually, I want to touch on that because that was one of the most amazing things of your product. Vitamin C deficiency and vitamin D deficiency have been one of the common denominators in patients with COVID that fared the worst. So, your product has tons of vitamin C. It's amazing for you. And it's a great booster. I think, Emergency has, what is it? Is it 1,200 milligrams? I might have
1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Yeah.
And you guys have 1,500.
Yeah, we have 1,500. And for zinc, we have 50 milligrams.
Correct.
So,
which is huge.
Which is a lot. It's very potent.
Yeah.
So we wanted to give people the biggest bang for their buck. And based off of research studies, and the clinical studies have shown that it helps alleviate cold and flu-like symptoms. Mm-hmm. So for me personally, when I use it on a daily routine, I take a few vitamin D capsules, probably 3,000 IUs a day, and then the pack of Tranzfuse. And exactly. I'm sure you guys do the same thing as well. And the thing is we like to promote being proactive versus reactive. A lot of people, they focus on how they feel after the situation has already happened, but for sure, if you could fortify your body and take the right nutrients in order to lower the chances of anything, why not, right?
Totally.
Well, it's mind blowing to me that during all of this, the rules and regulations, the medical advice from top doctors in the world is to stay inside, wash your hands, sanitize, wear a mask. Why is it not to take care of your immune system? Why is it not to be healthy? Why is it not to help set yourself up to be in position to fight off something like this, a cold or a virus or whatever it is, like that? Those discussions aren't being had by the mainstream media, which I think is a big issue. It truly is. Fast food and people that eat junk and have diabetes are faring the worst with, COVID-19. And so why are we not attacking those fronts? Why are we not saying, okay, let's ban soda? Why not ban soda right now? It's been proven and it's very clear that people that are eating this kind of food and drinking, these type of drinks and their immune system is not working properly when they're faced with this kind of, virus. And that's a big issue. It's a big time issue,
Well, you talk with the Coca-Cola family and the Pepsi family and all those guys. Yeah, they're gonna be like, ban soda. What are you talking about, ban soda?
Big soda's gonna come in and close in on this podcast.
Yeah. What's this guy talking about here? No, but you're not and you're not wrong, my friend. It is scientifically proven that if you eat certain types of things, drink certain types of things, you will fare worse with your health, and that you have more susceptibility to illness. And it's on a cellular level. We know these things. We know how it all works inside there. We've been, we got these super smart scientists. They're crunching the numbers and doing the data and checking everything out. So, that's why it's been so amazing that this product came into our lives at the time that it came into our lives, because we need it more now than ever, Stephen. And so thank you, brother, for providing such a boost in our immune system during these wild times when we still have to be the best, paintball players in the world, and the best, husbands, boyfriends, whatever you are, you still have to be the best version of yourself and take care of yourself. And this has done that tremendously. And not only on the field, off the field, just everywhere in between when I'm traveling. It's just, it's a must have in today's landscape. So thank you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point that you're saying, because like other people, some people will stay at home, but there's other people like yourselves, you guys have to travel around the nation.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you have to do whatever it takes for you to lower your chances of getting any type of illnesses or whatnot. Now we're not saying that it's going to cure you or or whatnot, but it's gonna definitely raise your chances, lower your chances, and raise your immune system level to
totally.
I've taken zinc for years, and it's just one of the extra pill vitamins that I force myself to take all the time. And when you're traveling, it's just that it's honestly discouraging and a pain in the butt for people to take 50 different supplements a day. And that's, again, another reason, like zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. And again, I know there's no vitamin D in the Tranzfuse, but those are like the three major ones that I've always taken for my, I like to call it travel health, where you're going to pick up the common cold or the flu or something just by, being run down from getting little sleep, traveling through airports, like all of that stuff that just kind of weakens the immune system. That's stuff that I always supplemented with, always, because I knew that the science was there, the research is there, that it really does help you fight off that kind of stuff, and reduces the duration of the common cold, all that kind of stuff. And then the other stuff, the vitamin B is amazing that's in it. You just have really put a lot of time and effort into making sure you have like the essential ingredients you have, and it tastes good, if I'm taking vitamins, I hate to say it, but I put as many as I can in my mouth with just a sip of water. This, I drink like a whole thing of water, so I'm getting more water with it as well. It's a freaking win-win,
Yeah, the choline as well too.
Yeah.
So when you train, so like coming from the bodybuilding industry, is when you're training, you're raising your cortisol levels, and your cortisol levels are basically your stress levels. And choline helps you with lowering your cortisol levels, as well as when your cortisol levels are higher, your immune system is compromised. So it's all kind of like a trifecta of everything. Yep. So
how did you come up with this concoction? How did you, like, when was your aha moment? Was it like at school, on the way home, or when was it?
It was a lifestyle. So once again, we worked hard, play hard. We had to go out. I was a promoter on South Beach. I was,
hell yeah,
and whatnot. So I had to be 100% at all times. So I had to go to school, work at nighttime, whatnot, and basically three fundamental things that people all deal with, no matter what profession or career you have. It's compromised immune system, mental fatigue, and
hydration
and dehydration. And a lot of people, they don't focus on the hydration levels, and they get the headaches. They feel like the grogginess, and they don't realize that simple hydration or simple essential nutrients can help alleviate all those symptoms.
Yeah. And also, this is coupled with, you should be drinking, roughly a gallon of water a day. It's quite a bit of water, and you're going to be obviously going to the bathroom a lot, but you feel great when you're drinking that much water. And then when you couple it with a dose of Tranzfuse, you're giving your body everything it needs. We are water people. Okay. Everybody out there, you are water people. Your body is made of water.
Don't go telling that to the Coca-Cola family.
That's right. That's
people.
The rule of thumb for hydration is, according to what I was reading beforehand when we were competing in bodybuilding shows, basically your body weight, half the ounces of water in your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, 75 ounces of water. But the problem with that is that, obviously being the owner of the company and dealing with a lot of these reviews online, some people are like, oh, I could just drink water. Water would do, is just good enough. No, it's not, because if you drink too much water, you deplete yourself of the essential nutrients as well. So it's a combination of water as well as the right nutrients.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Absolutely.
all about balance, right? It's all about balance. Everything in this experience, you got to balance it out. And yeah, man, that's just spectacular. So I want to talk to you more about your bodybuilding, like profession. You were going down that path. And so talk to me about what that is like, what that experience and that whole sector of sports is like in there.
It's definitely a different industry, a completely different industry. It's more superficial compared to, let's say, athleticism and paintball. There, people are, they're trying to get their muscles in outrageous proportions, and they're trying to like get the competitive advantage in regards to like any supplementation or whatnot. Not even talking about the marketing front. It's a completely different ball game. But let's start off on, I guess, just where I started. Being in Miami, I did a few gigs, a few television shows, and background work.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think one show was Graceland on USA Network. I was like one of the Korean bodyguards in there. If you see me, I had like 5 seconds in there. But getting to that, I got into fitness modeling, and then I started doing men's physique competitions. And in those shows, you're basically dialing into like single body fat digits, and like you're not even functioning. Your brain is not even there. You're a zombie mode. And it's not healthy for your body. So I realized that was something that, it was fun at the time, but it was not longevity. And even with the bodybuilding supplements, everyone is trying to create a product that's stimulant driven, and they just want to give more junk and more they're using like DMAA, which is basically amphetamine derivative. That's from the one Jack 3D, the original Jack 3D formula. It's basically meth they're giving to people. And I realized that a lot of these people, they don't really care about their health, and that's why I kind of veered away from the industry. Is just that I wanted to create something that was all natural and something that was actually good for people. Totally. But even then, in the industry, it was fun. Like I traveling around the nation. I'd going to the Arnold Expo in Columbus, Ohio.
How long did you do that for?
7 to 8 years.
Wow.
So,
okay.
For the company, I was actually the social media manager. I was their model that competed at shows, and I also ran a lot of their booths. So I was actually managing a lot of the models, and it was crazy. Arnold Schwarzenegger would come to our booth and like take a photo at our booth and stuff like that.
Dude, that's rad.
Yeah, I made him laugh one time, and I was like, happy. I made like, put the cookies down. And, like, I started laughing, and I was like, my life is. I made Schwarzenegger laugh. I'm happy. Dude, I can die happy.
Put the cookies down. That's the best thing ever.
But
that's amazing.
And that was an industry that I'm more than happy and more appreciative than everything I've learned.
Oh wow. Well, you were in there for a long time, so you obviously learned a lot about business. You made the Terminator laugh, which is amazing. Dude, that's crazy. So in your time there, you probably picked up a lot of the tactics that you're using in Tranzfuse today, I would imagine, because that marketing game is crazy. And what you've done with Paintball is kind of turn it on its head. You've done a spectacular job marketing. You guys even have an amazing Instagram account called Tranzfuse Memes. Everybody,
that's a meme account. Everyone thinks I'm the owner of it. I am not.
Whoever's doing that, whoever's doing that.
Accounts just came together and started creating memes. I'm just like, all right, let's run with it.
All I know is that's how you know you've made it, is when someone not associated with the company makes another, either a fan account or a meme account about you.
Totally. Yeah, the account is at tranzfuse.memes. So everybody go check that out. He's killing it for Tranzfuse and just boosting you guys to the most.
There was even the infamous paintball troll. He started
pro paintball troll. I think is the more active one. There's two. There's paintball troll and there's pro paintball troll. And they're really funny. They've been really getting me a lot lately. I enjoy it though. I gotta say, they've come up with some creative stuff. They had this one that was like I'm Britney bitch or whatever, and I'm back. Yeah, it was that one. Dude, I was dying. I was honestly dying, laughing out loud at that one. It was just so funny. And I am back.
Yeah,
dude. I guess how it was. I was dying, dude.
Champ, baby, let's go.
Yep,
yeah, dude. So in the bodybuilding, what's the career length in there? Is it are there people that stay around for 10, 15 years and dominate, or is it kind of short? You've said, because it's kind of unhealthy a little bit on the body. It's a lot for your body to undertake.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with this day and age, like back in 2013, 2012, that's when I got into industry.
Yeah.
Or I was like, yeah, around the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before the whole influencer game,
Yeah.
social media and whatnot. It was more about, you know, who won whatever championship or whatnot. But the bodybuilding fitness industry is, it's evolved with the whole new social media platforms and such. You know, I'm not going to name companies, but there's companies out there that they're kind of branching out away from that industry because it's getting oversaturated.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of people out there too, like in regards to, let's say, a personal career. People think that once they go pro, they're going to make it, and that's it. You know, they're like, they have a title, and then everything's going to get handed to them. But no, it's more than that. It's a title as well as a marketing effort. So you have to brand yourself properly, and you have to make sure that you represent yourself and whoever you're affiliated with the right way. And
That is so.
Yeah.
That is so valuable, dude. I actually just did, just real quick, I just did like a 5-minute video for Ronnie. You brought up Ronnie, and this is the second thing you've said that came from that video, which is so funny. But it was for the D's docs, and it was, you know, 3 things you need to know before you go pro. And one of the things I said in there was exactly that a lot of players think that once they turn pro, they've made it. When in reality, that's when the work just begins. If you want to reach, like, if you want to reap the benefits of being a professional paintball player. So you're saying it's the same in bodybuilding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, just because you have a title, and this is directly for the bodybuilding industry, it's just like, you're not going to get everything handed to you, because there's so many other people out there that has, let's say, a title or a pro card or whatnot. You have to have as much of a competitive advantage over the other person. So you have to brand yourself properly. You have to have, you know, you have to win some shows, or, you know, do some competitions and be recognized on that level. But it's now with the industry, it's a multiple avenues. You got to be the best possible candidate over everybody else. And just like in paintball, it's you know, you could be a pro, but you still need to have some sort of marketing aspect, especially in this day and age when it comes to social media. Like,
it's everything.
Back in the day, it was newspapers and television.
Yeah.
Now it's all social media. So, and the thing is, you have control over your own content and how you brand yourself. And you know, some people come to me, they ask me like, how do you do it, or what do you like, what's the method? I tell them all the time, find the people that are killing it in the game right now and reverse engineer according to your personal like touch and flavor. You guys, for example, are a great example of that. Like, you know, you're creating a platform where you're able to highlight players as well as feature, you know, the best advice in the industry.
Yeah.
And you're creating a platform where basically it's just raising the whole entire sport by itself up. And, you know, I commend you guys for that.
Dude, much love. It's been so much fun connecting with everybody. We've dreamt about doing something like this for a long time. So it's cool to have it come to fruition and to have it be received so well. We've been having a ton of fun with it. Obviously, just, you know, shooting the shit and having good times talking about paintball. And that's what it's all about, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's for the culture, baby, for the culture of the game. And, you know, thankfully we have so many great people in this industry. Like, I think paintball's, it's ready, man. It's in the best light that it's ever been. It's more competitive than it's ever been. Like you said, it's more athletically sound than it's ever been. And I think that more people in today's day and age know about paintball than ever before in the history of the game. It's just kind of trickling in from everywhere, from Hollywood to players like us to your average players who just go play on the weekend. But everyone's posting social media and everyone is seeing it through the web, you know. And like you said, Steven, there is nothing more important than that in today's landscape. You have got to be slaughtering it on the web. You have got to be a presence. You've got to be a pest. You've got to be, you know, like so in it that because you'll get drowned out if you're not really attacking it. Like you said, there's so many people doing it that if you're not attacking it in new ways and really going over the top, you'll just get pushed to the wayside. And somebody else who is attacking it, like you said, it's up to each person, each individual can attack it as hard as they want. There's no cap. So it's just like, how bad do you want it? And then the sky's the limit. If you're becoming a pro paintball player, bodybuilder, in your business, anything, whatever it is, you got to really attack it.
Absolutely. I Ty, you hit the nail on the head. And I think that's a really important question that we could ask Steven, especially having him here from his point of view, his position. because again, it's something that we talk about all the time for players that really want to make a professional career out of paintball, right? What do you have to do? You have to market yourself. You have to build a brand. You have to become valuable to other brands so that you can get these sponsorships that do help fund you, because just competing and playing professional paintball, even if you play for the number one paying team in the world, you're not making much more than 50 grand a year, you know, and that's just really not that great in the grand scheme of things in real life, right? If you're trying to support a family, you know, it's a great salary if you take into account all of the free travel, the experiences, all that kind of stuff, you know, and you're young. But if you really want to turn the game of paintball into something, you have to treat it like a business. And so,
And Marcelo, there's only a
yes.
few players that get that kind of money.
Right.
That should be
Yeah.
known too.
Oh, totally.
Like
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
literally count them all on one hand. So that's not a normal thing. That if you're gonna make it, like Marcelo is saying, you've got to hit it from all angles. You got to be doing everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally. And so, you know, a good question for you, Steven, is what do you look for in athletes to represent themselves? What made you want to come on board with Tyler and myself, and, you know, players like Ronnie, and, you know, I know Corey Hall is also part of the Tranzfuse family, but you as a business owner, what do you look for?
For me, I'm not as like cut and dry as other brands. Like, so coming from the bodybuilding industry, they're just like, okay, data. All right, this is what this is. This person has this amount of followings, and then this is how much they can make in sales. For me, it's like I want to be open because I've been in that position myself as an athlete. So I've been turned down multiple times. First things first, don't stop. As soon as you like, if you get rejected, just keep going and keep learning, keep evolving, and keep growing. But before that, one, content creation. If you could create content that a company could use, then that is one competitive advantage that you have over the other player. Two, if you have a certain status within the league, or within whatever sport you play or whatnot, if you have a certain status, that's another add-on. So think about your portfolio as multifaceted, I guess, multiple categories when you're trying to create your own portfolio. So creating content, having a social status within the industry, or just being a good spokesperson. So speaking from the bottom of your heart, being passionate. You guys obviously have covered every single angle, and that's why you know I had to work with you guys on that. And the one thing is too, like when I approach people, it's like, okay, I'll tell you this, and then this is like to all the people that have done this to my brand and to our social media, don't take it offense. Just learn from it. So people come to me and they message the account saying, sponsor me now. Then we review their account. It's like no post, there's no photos. They don't have any content. And it's just like, sponsor me now, sponsor me now. The last thing you should do is say, give me, because there's a million other people doing the same thing.
What can they do to help?
Exactly. So there's maybe like 2 or 3 individuals from the divisional levels. They've approached our account and says, hey, what can I do to get in a sponsorship, or what are you looking for in regards to, you know, sponsoring people? And that basically is a foolproof plan, because if that company tells you what they want and you provide that, there shouldn't be a reason why they're not sponsoring you. And
well, get ready for hundreds of messages here.
I should create like a screenshot of this video and just or a screen recording. But yeah, it's like in whether it's in paintball or bodybuilding or any other industry, it's always a me, give me. But as soon as you start speaking the same language as that company, like there's no reason why you shouldn't be getting the sponsorship.
Create value, you know.
Exactly.
That's the thing, is there has to be a value point. I gotta, you know, so if the best thing you can do, like you said, is show value, like make some funny memes, like this amazing Instagram account or something, like they're tremendously amazing. They should definitely have a packet or two of Tranzfuse on hand, you know, like just be valuable in the space. And then, you know, the possibilities start to open up, and create real friendship based relationships, like actual caring, actually care about the process. Don't just go trolling around and asking everyone for free stuff, you know, like enjoy the relationships you build. I feel like, you know, with this telecommunications day and age, the relationship building is a little bit astray, because you don't have to see people face to face so much, or have real like real caring conversations. It's kind of like just instantaneous messages everywhere. So it's kind of a little bit of a disconnect, but we really you gotta care, you know, you gotta care about each other and show that there's a real genuine feeling there. Yeah,
That
that's
you're
everything.
human. That you're
Yeah.
human and not just like, just
You
another
know, another
leak or
website.
whatever. But
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, that's, you know, that's it's just a crazy time that we live in. It's fun though. It's pretty entertaining.
no, and the thing is, it's not just like you just explained it too. Like
Yeah.
someone creating a meme account could actually
Mhm.
have some sort of value. So it doesn't even have to be yourself as like the spokesperson. It's just you have to
Yeah.
create a community within your own realm. And
Mhm.
whether it's a company that is okay with that or not, you're still creating value to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Um, I
And you
mean,
guys sponsor Matty Boy too, right? He's big on like YouTube.
yeah,
Aren't you guys? Yeah.
yeah, Matty Boy. I mean, like for example, he plays I believe D3 or D4,
Mhm.
but like
Yeah.
he created a platform for himself to people
Yeah.
that don't even know about paintball, and that is definitely a value add that he has,
Mhm.
and he does it in a creative way in his own style,
Yeah.
and the one thing is that if you rock it in one specific niche like that's better than just being another fish in a pond.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Find something you love. Yeah.
those followers in a niche are much more loyal and
Right.
likely to you know, want to do the things that you're presenting to them, you know.
Correct.
Mhm.
I do have a question though. Is there anything that, it seems like you're pretty open, right? Like you're not going to turn down somebody if they have a good following, if they have a good community they've built, and you can kind of connect with them in some way, just because they post a couple photos of them drinking or partying, you wouldn't turn them away. Some companies absolutely would, because it's not the
Dude.
image that they want, especially in the athlete realm, right?
Correct.
What would you totally turn the other way to? What would you have to see on somebody's profile? What kind of stuff would you not want to associate with, if you don't mind me asking?
I would say controversy, like negative,
Mhm.
comments, or if you're just a hateful person, or if you're trying to cause ruckus and
Mhm.
just being negative. If you're being there's two different things. There's being infamous versus famous, right?
Mhm.
And
Sure, right.
nothing refer to the team.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But you could be known for doing something really well, or you could be known for just being a shit disturber.
Yeah.
And some companies are, their value is that, like they're
Yeah.
known for being just
Mhm.
ruckus, and fine, that's a niche, and that's your angle, and fine, if it works, it works.
Mhm.
But for me personally, as a brand, I want to make sure that whoever that is part of our community is someone that helps bring each other up, and not
Yeah.
trying to cause
Mhm. Mhm.
tension or issues.
Well, a lot of those companies don't have
I
too
like
much
that.
longevity with the nonsense, you know. I mean, yeah, they are successful, but it's a niche once
Short-lived.
again.
It's
Yeah, and
short-lived. So like you have a high spike, so you get a lot of following, but then how
yeah.
sticky the stickiness to that is
No,
not there.
it just falls off for
Yeah.
sure. And then this is, this is your baby. So we got to make sure that we're incorporating the best ingredients, just like you put into the ingredients of these packets of Tranzfuse. It's no different than the ingredients of your company, and the way that you structure that and how we're building it forward into the future. Dude, I'm so excited for you in 21. I already know you're just going to take off like a rocket ship out here. And you've come into paintball for just a couple, I mean, hold on. Is it 2 years? Is that about right?
Technically a year.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and
last year I met you at World Cup.
Yeah.
real quick, we're about to blow the paintball community away again. Something that I found out, I think it was like months after you told me, Steven, but you also gave Corey Hall a bunch of Transcend in Vegas on Sunday before the Ironmen came through and stole the event from the Russian Legion. Like nobody saw
Yeah.
that coming.
Yeah.
Obviously A-Rod was the MVP and A-Rod played out of his mind, but Corey Hall had that was the best performance Corey has ever given, and he's a newer pro making a name for himself right now, kind of cutting his teeth, and he's become one of the best players on the Ironmen. But in Vegas, especially on Sunday, he really had some big time clutch points to pull out some big wins. And then, shortly after, I find out he's been sipping on that Tranzfuse. And I was like, hold up a second. There's something going on here. There's something in the water over here.
Yeah.
So he had Tranzfuse, and then I double scooped Transcend, so he was flying. He's
Oh,
like,
whoa.
Yeah, he double scooped it, dry to the face. Like he just took it to the mouth and then took it down with some water.
Yeah, he's one of
And
those weird ones. He's a weird
Yeah.
character, huh?
Like a savage, dude. Oh my
Nah,
God.
I love Corey. Corey's my boy, 33. Shout out 33.
Yep, 33. He was actually in Arizona. I went to Top Golf. I brought my son Theo out, and we were playing some Top Golf with all the dudes out there. So that was pretty fun. Huge shout out to him. Yeah, man, it's
Awesome.
been a year, and you've really just come in swinging. So, what does the future look like for Tranzfuse? What do you got coming into the future of 21 with the company?
So I have like 6 or 7 formulas in my mind right now.
Damn.
Obviously, we're growing from grassroots. So
Yeah.
there's a protein formula that we already have out, a whole performance line,
Yep.
and another one for sleep and mental recovery.
Wow.
Adaptogenics. Basically, adaptogens were basically you're using mushrooms and other natural herbs to help regenerate your serotonin levels and your happiness and your mental cognition.
Interesting. There we
Everything that I
go.
do is created so that it works synergistically with each other too.
Mm.
So I mean,
Wow,
stay
man.
tuned. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna come out with more flavors. Transcend, we're gonna be launching that. It's Transcend LFG for
Yeah,
laser
yeah.
focus games, or double entendre for something else.
Yeah.
But the beauty about Transcend is that you get to take it microdosing by half a
Mhm.
scoop every 3 hours. You can take one serving as a replacement for coffee and energy drinks. This is going to literally destroy all
Yeah.
those competitors out there. Or you
Yeah.
could take the LFG dose and double
Yeah.
scoop it, and when you're ready to rock, you're ready
See
to
through
go.
bunkers. Yeah,
I
that's see
love
through
that
bunkers.
so
man.
much. I was seeing through bunkers with one scoop, so I
Yeah.
don't even know if I can handle the 2 scoops yet, but I'm ready
Yeah,
to
dude.
LFG for show.
Absolutely.
Dude, you got to do it. You got to do it to just say you've done it. You do the 2
Yeah.
scoops and just get on a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, get on a
The
good
thing
one. I
is
like
too
it.
is that like people think that like most other companies are just like more caffeine, more stimulants.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's about smarter energy. So
Mhm.
using a combination of ingredients to help you have the mental clarity and the energy, but no
Mhm.
crash. And I'm sure you guys
Yes,
can attest to
right,
that.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Keith Brown, Corey Hall, Yaya Boucher, Ronnie, Mishka, you guys, like there's a whole bunch of pros that are using it at World Cup, and like every single
Yeah.
person said like they did not get the crash. It was just mental clarity, and
Mhm.
it was perfect for them.
And there's no
Mhm.
jitter like some other pre-workouts and that kind of stuff. I feel like jittery and just kind of like not good. This has a really clean, clear feeling, and you just feel pumped, but there's no like jitters. I don't know how to explain if that
Yeah.
makes sense, but you just don't have that like grimy feeling. I don't know. I just feel like kind of grimy when I'm all
Cracked out, like
yeah, yeah.
I do. I also want to just make sure to double and triple clarify for the listeners. What we're talking about here is the Transcend, which is a completely different product from the Tranzfuse.
That's
Transfuse
right.
is an all-natural electrolyte drink with some great vitamins, mental replenishment, immune booster, hydration formula. The Transcend is coming. It's not out yet. It's going to be out.
Yeah.
I think you said January, right? And
End of
that
January,
is
correct.
that's the business. I'm so excited for that stuff to come out. I know that all of the listeners, we have a lot of people that enjoy and are thankful for bringing Tranzfuse to them and for the brand that you've created. And so I'm excited to for us to be able to share this with them as well, because I know a lot of people are going to love it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, we've even had like people that message us and like, this has helped me lose 20 or 30 pounds. They've been losing weight. They feel better. They're drinking more water and adding it to.
They replace soda with this. That's I think we're talking about the same people. They've replaced their soda intake with Tranzfuse because it's incredibly tasteful.
It's so delicious.
It really is. It's delicious. It feels like there's a ton of sugar in there, but there's just not. So it's so delicious, and you will lose the weight. Again, don't go telling the Coca-Cola family or Pepsi, but you'll lose the weight. You'll feel better if you just cut out soda alone. You will feel so much better.
It's a mental mind shift, and even with my personal fitness career, it's all about mind, body, and soul. So it's like making sure that you're in tune, and if one of the others are lacking, then the rest of the trifecta is compromised. So you have to be healthy mentally, physically, and environmentally per se. And once again, it's like you're a product of your environment. If you're taking products that are focused on your overall health and wellness, you'll second guess and second think about ordering that fatty meal or drinking that high sugary soda or whatnot.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Yeah, and it tastes so good. My kids literally harass me to make them Tranzfuse all day. my oldest son Theo, he's like, "You got the fuse, Dad? You got the fuse?"
You
I'm
got
like,
the fuse. Oh no, man.
Yeah.
Building a little addict.
Yeah, dude, this is good. The fuse, like it's lit, like the fuse, you
The
got to
fuse.
run with that.
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
got to
Yeah, I
get
like
some,
that. I like that.
we got to
I
get some of
like
that
it.
going.
I like it.
But yeah, it's amazing, dude.
It is.
One more thing too is that
Yes.
we're focusing on launching into esports realm, so streamers
Nice.
and gamers as well, because I know a lot of people do that as well in paintball industry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fantastic. They do.
with
Genius.
Transcend, and on top of that, I know that there's a lot of people have paintball as a passion, but they also have a secondary career or a secondary passion.
Mm-hmm.
So getting into extreme sports, outdoors, hunting, we're trying to expand out into all the different demographics and markets
Dude.
out there,
Well,
while doubling
yeah,
down.
it's
Yeah.
smart because it's very valuable. It's a very valuable product to people in all of those spaces.
It's applicable everywhere, and I think
Mhm.
that's so genius to go the gaming route, especially with the Transcend coming. The marketing capacity on that is pretty much limitless there. That could be pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephen, what I do want to ask you as well is, someone coming from the bodybuilding space. I know we had Scott Kemp on our team. He's been on the show. He also spent a lot of time in that space, competitive bodybuilding, did the physique competition, stuff like that. It's somewhat of a similar niche kind of thing like paintball is, right? It's not mainstream per se. It's definitely much more mainstream than paintball is, but it's not, the NFL or the NBA or baseball, something like that, right? I always like getting, experts in these other kind of niche markets, their opinion on what it takes to bring our sport to the next level. Because bodybuilding is way bigger. It's a pretty big industry. Even though I might say it's not mainstream, maybe it is mainstream. That might even be the wrong thing to say, that it's not mainstream. But it's something that's unique, right? It's something that only people that do it really understand it and appreciate it. There's just a lot of people that do it. Where paintball, it's kind of the same thing. If you don't play paintball, you don't really understand or appreciate the game. So like, what kind of advice do you have to the sport as far as, taking the leap to the next level, getting people to understand it better, and appreciate it more?
The one thing that I've seen a lot of influencers do in the bodybuilding industry is cross collaboration. So I think one of the faster ways for people to get more awareness of paintball is cross collaborate in other realms and other markets. So I mean, bodybuilding and fitness modeling is somewhat of a lonely sport. It's an individual sport. But if you guys invite out, let's say, an esports team, or if you guys bring out other people who are pros in their realm, and you challenge them to it while playing their game as well, and doing a cross collaboration, I think that's a fast way for online marketing. But I mean, as a whole, I just think getting it out there on social media, so posting it to your friends and family, getting people to get involved and come to you to the field or watch your games, film your games and show it to other individuals. People, when I tell them that we're sponsoring pro paintball players, they still have their mindset on woods, being in the woods and playing and whatnot. And I'm just like, no, it's completely different. Like, there's franchise teams, there's, I think it's just overall awareness and, reaching out to them, challenging them maybe. Hey, by the way, come to the field, play with me, and see what's up.
Yeah. Actually, I think this is great, dude. You're absolutely right. I would love to see like a TV show just like this, where you have pros from each different sector of their professionalism try and do the other person's professionalism and see how they do, and then like swap back and then like versus each other or something like that. But that would be an amazing show to have, and then it could be good for like getting viewership, and then you could ask them, like, because I still feel like there's a certain lack of respect or credibility that paintball has. When I've played every sport that there is, paintball is one of the hardest things athletically I've ever done. It's
literally 3D chess. Like,
dude,
it literally is. Like,
it's really difficult on a mental level, and then you have to be yelling, and it's really tiring to yell that much, and then you got to dive on the ground, crawl, do a sprint this way, slide this way, get down the field, hold your marker up. It's very, very tiring.
Physically taxing.
So taxing, dude. And I feel like there's a
yeah.
kind of a disrespect on paintball's name of how hard it is. People don't respect the difficulty. Right. And I think that if we had like other pros try it, and you see these other pros just gassed or just looking just completely worn out and exhausted after a couple points, you'd be like, damn, okay, paintball is a little something here. You know, I just feel like we need something to get the credibility up on this thing, you know?
I mean, I'm going to be the person spearheading that. As soon as we get the company to grow a little bit bigger, I'll be sending out invites to all these other pro athletes out there.
Yeah.
I mean, even bodybuilders, for example.
Totally.
Like, you know,
Yeah. Watch my arms snap right off my body trying to lift 400 pounds or something. Dude, you know, like
Tyler, there's no way that you can't lift 400 pounds. So I don't want to hear it.
Give me a couple weeks. I'm going to need a couple weeks of training, man.
and a whole tub of Transcend, right?
And a whole tub of Transcend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say paintball is not that hard when you drink Tranzfuse.
That's right. That's right.
I think one thing too, another issue is the way the mass media portrays paintball.
Totally.
When you see them playing, it's always like they're focusing on the character development. Like I think PB Memes, which is another paintball account or meme account, they're criticizing these television shows, and there's people playing with masks off and they're shooting. And their focus is to focus on the characters' facial expressions and whatnot, and not the actual authenticity of the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's a way that someone just blow up in the movie industry or something, and just
there we go, dude. I'm gonna actually start attacking that. That's my next move. Get in the movies, go do some monologues, and get on.
I've got the connects. I got the connects for you, brother. I did a little bit of acting when I was younger.
Yeah.
Know an agent lives out in Vegas now. He's a little bit retired, but he's well connected. He'll dial you right in.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah, because
Tyler Harmon coming to a Hollywood film.
Yeah, let's run it. There's just a huge misconception going on with paintball, and perception is reality, right?
Yeah.
The way that I perceive something, the way that that it hits my eyes and hits my brain, and the way that I see that is my reality. That's my slice of reality. So when you have these huge network companies pumping out this alternate reality, and that's all people see, that's what they assimilate it to. And I need a good representation of what I'm doing and what thousands and thousands and thousands of people do around the world and around our country and everywhere, because I cannot have this be disrespected anymore, dude. It's
you know what though? I mean, yeah, that's on the backs of all 200 professional paintball players in the US. Do a better job of sharing through social media, because it's free, it's easy, you can easily do it. You can easily share a clip of Go Sports, you can easily share a clip from practice, and people will understand a whole lot better. But the reality is you have about 20 of the professional players that are sharing this stuff, you know, and you know how exponential growth works, right? That extra 180 players sharing stuff is a big deal. So we need all hands on deck. And then that doesn't even, you know, look at what Matty Boy's doing. He does the same thing. So, you know, they don't need to be just pro players. Paintball players that care about the future of tournament paintball can make a difference.
Totally. I mean, I've even reached out to Vice News and Vice Media.
Oh, no shit.
To see if they could try to like have someone come in and document, you know, NXL World Cup. So you never know. Right. Maybe if you guys make a post, if you guys make a post and maybe like have every single one of your followers just chiming in, tagging, "Hey Vice, you guys got to cover these guys," or send a news reporter over, or one of the correspondents.
Dude, we should spearhead that.
There's one guy that I was talking to. There's one guy I was talking to. He does the worst reviews, the worst review possible on Vice Media, and but the thing is, like, the problem is that he goes to the worst rated, you know, locations on Yelp. We have to angle it differently for him, but I mean, like, I was talking to him on Instagram. If there's some way that we could get it to hold of some of these other blogs, like let's say BuzzFeed or you know, Vice or something, at least that's a stepping stone to the next level and hopefully into the mass media.
That's it. It's just small bites. It's like moving, like we say on the paintball. Yeah, dude, snowball, and like
move the chains.
Keep moving those chains, move those chains forward. That's like our mantra, kind of a little bit, is like, you know, just progression. We got to keep making those footsteps forward. So I'm definitely going to think of some way that we can spearhead a little Vice attack and try and like rally the troops to, you know, just really have the at least know that we're here, you know, and that there's something over here. That's how it has to be done. And Marcelo's, I think his headphones, you all good over there?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're still tuned in.
Swapping one out.
Swapping them out.
Marcelo is doing remodels in his house right now, and he just got
It's been a
some.
disaster.
He got some new floors, and his life is in shambles right now. He lost his headphones.
This was all supposed to be done like last Friday, actually, day after Thanksgiving. But it was one of my good friends that helped me do everything. So I'm very thankful that he helped me, but he just kept running into issues. We had to do like self-leveling stuff 2 separate days. So
oh shit,
2 of the days it couldn't even work. It was just kind of one issue after another. And
that's
so
how it goes.
it was yeah, exactly. It was a rush to get everything dialed in today. And I lost the cord for my normal headphones. It's somewhere in this chaos. My place is a disaster right now. Like a disaster. There's like enough room for me to kind of open my door to my room and jump onto my bed so I could go to bed. It's like, it's crazy.
It's like a sandstorm went off in there too, because I've been cutting a bunch of wood. So
yes, exactly, dude. That's what I'd spent about 3 hours doing before the show, was just cleaning all of the dust and the sand. It was disgusting, terrible.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. And there was like glue or something on your Nintendo. They just were running a racket in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Hey, Steven, you guys partnered with NXL at the World Cup. Is that right? Can you kind of give me the scoop on that and how that all played out?
Yeah. So I spoke to Jason Trozen, and we were able to get all the drink vendors to sell Tranzfuse. This year was kind of iffy just because, like, with the lockdown, we didn't know what's happening. Hurricane, was it?
Oh my God.
Hurricane Erda or something?
Yeah.
The goal for us is to, it's for us to have RTD products, so ready to drink beverages. That's down the road, but hopefully we have something more user friendly for all the people at the event.
Wow.
But we're growing rapidly, and thanks to guys like you guys, I'm really appreciative. And
dude, it's mutual, brother.
Yeah,
that would be so cool to see Tranzfuse like in your local gas station, or like totally. it could become that someday, Steven. This could be a very big thing, and you have all the right ingredients, and you got the right charisma and the right energy. I love how you talk about mind, body, and soul, because that's everything for making sure that you become the best you can possibly be. You have to be dialed in on all levels. This is a multi-dimensional experience, and there's a lot of factors that are playing at hand here. So you got to make sure you're taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, and being inspired and passionate and being driven and having that zest for life, because when you have those 3 things and you couple them all together, that's where the magic happens. And you can do literally anything, like get into every gas station on the planet with Tranzfuse. It can happen.
For us, it's like we don't have a multi-million-dollar marketing budget like these other large players. Like they're just pumping it out, and they're just throwing money at all these different ads. For me, it's about word of mouth. And the best thing is like having you guys, as well as people at World Cup. Like, we sold out on the second day out of boxes. We had to make an emergency order, and this is like the 3rd time it happened.
There we go.
But people were just running back saying, I need more, I need more, I need more. And and because of that, it's just a grassroots approach that, we will be getting to that point. Like, I know for sure. It's just getting more people to taste the product and try it out.
That's right. Because it's no bullshit. Like I don't talk about it if I don't believe it. I won't use it if I don't believe in the ingredients, if I don't believe in the product. And obviously other people are seeing the benefits, and you can feel it. Like when you play, you feel better. You're not as fatigued at the end, and they're coming, they play some paintball. They're like, did I even play? I need some more Tranzfuse, like,
I've seen some guys like on, was it the Saturday morning, they come back and they're just walking by and they're like, hey, we partied last night, but thanks to you, bro. You ready for day 2?
That's right, dude. Because that was also a contributing factor to making this. Is like, you guys were raging, having fun, and you can take some Tranzfuse and be okay the next day.
Exactly.
It's way better than Gatorade for you.
So I got to be honest here. I mean, since we won World Cup, I went down to Mexico, had some a fun little vacation down there. I've definitely had my fair share of cocktails and wine and stuff like that since then, celebrating over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I get really bad hangovers. I mean, I'm talking 2-day, take me down kind of hangovers. Tranzfuse, man, It's the real deal. I drink, honestly, I'll drink like a packet and a half, or maybe even 2 packets, before I go to bed. And, you know, maybe it's a mix that I'm also having extra water in there, but I wake up and I definitely do not feel as bad as I know I should feel. That's for sure. That's for darn sure.
I can vouch for that as well. I can definitely vouch.
We don't usually push it as a hangover supplement, but damn, it works. It definitely works.
Well, let's not beat around the bush. There's a lot of people enjoying beverages out there, and
sure.
you know, it can be harsh on that following day. So it's good to have around. I always got some Tranzfuse somewhere. Bring me back to life or get me boosted for what's coming, you know?
Totally.
All right. So sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying, like, you know, as soon as I tell people it's Pedialyte, Gatorade, Emergency, and coconut water combined into one product in potency, it's like something clicks in their mind. You see the eyes kind of open, like they relate to one of the products. Like, I just bought that. I'm probably going to have a challenge where you trade in your bottle of Body Armor or coconut water or Gatorade for a packet of Tranzfuse at the booth from now on. Because like I cup. Literally 4 or 5 people just tossed it. I didn't even say anything to them. They tossed a Gatorade bottle into the garbage next to our booth, and they just bought a packet.
Gatorade's terrible. You know, it's terrible. It's all
too much sugar.
Yeah, too much sugar. You know, you don't need all that. No, like, I just that stuff. They've done a really good job of marketing, right? Yeah. That's what they've done. Sure. You know, and there's some value in sugar when you're incredibly depleted, but it just doesn't have the ingredients that. Gatorade honestly has never been something that I've really used for hydration. It's just something that you think you should use for hydration because the marketing is so good. You see it at every professional sporting event, you know, but the ingredients, Pedialyte was a big one that I would always drink. You know, Pedialyte has, you know, the magnesium, potassium. Actually, I don't even think it has magnesium. I think it's potassium and sodium. I forget. I could be wrong, but that was always like a really good hydration drink. And then Tranzfuse has that, but it also has vitamin C, the zinc, choline, you know, all this other stuff as well that it just has everything you need. Has it all.
Yeah, the boost, dude.
Has it all. The boost.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And when are you? So you're looking to play more paintball, is that right? You want to start getting out there and attacking the field now.
So my low key goal and dream is to do a factory team, a Tranzfuse team, but that's like down the road.
Yeah,
like, what's up. But,
that would be tight.
I'm trying to grind back up, and I'm trying to play because I have a competitive mindset. I played soccer all my life and got into the fitness bodybuilding realm. I strongly believe that healthy competition breeds overall better players and better people. So you know, for me, it's like I'm always competitive. I always want to have that competitive edge. Hence why I make products that help us take ourselves to the next level. I mean, I gotta get a setup first. Every time I've been borrowing somebody's setup, but yeah, I'm down. I just gotta.
We know a company.
Yeah, we know some people, dude.
We know some guys.
Yeah, get you dialed in for sure with the Field One. Shout out to Field One.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, paintball is so much fun, and like you said, it's great for just humanness, you know, just for being a human. It gets the edge off. You're able to connect with people, communicate, have a good time. You forget about normal life when you're on the paintball field. You're able to kind of go into this alternate reality and just be a big kid and run around and play adult laser tag, which is pretty spectacular, you know? So it's an amazing experience. So it's totally understandable why you want to have a Tranzfuse factory team. That's going to be amazing. That'll be rad.
I mean, like I said 3D chess from beforehand, but it's exactly that, because you're playing angles. So you have to understand your angles right.
Yes.
You have to kind of anticipate the other player playing. So like you're basically trying to like outthink them, outsmart them, you know, go from the top to the bottom, whatever. You have to have the athleticism of getting to your bunker and staying tight. And as well as communication, verbal communication with your team. So there's so many things moving around, and it's another challenge for me that I want to get to, you know.
It is such a game of 3D chess and predictability. We are constantly, it's almost a mind warp too. When you get to the higher levels, we're like, well, shoot, we shouldn't do this because they think we're going to do this, but they might think that we know that they're going to think that we're going to do this. So we're going to counter with this. So do they know that? Like, and sometimes it get, you know, like it truly gets so deep with the layers that you can try to counter and combat and lead with. Just like
Yeah.
chess. That's exactly what chess is. Chess, you're thinking all the way of taking down the queen. Well, that's us hitting the buzzer, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, or taking down the king. Sorry, you know, the queen should be the main
I
attraction
know,
of that game. But you know, the chess, you know, where are all the feminists at? Why is the king the the major player? We got to take down the chess creators. We got to
Dude.
cancel them real quick.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But you're right, man. It's like, it's this crazy game of angles,
It is.
pressure, anticipation.
Yeah.
And then you have to be sound. You have to be fundamentally sound and have really good skill set on top of it, you know,
Mhm.
and understand how to apply yourself in certain situations. It's like juggling is like what playing paintball is. You're juggling out there a bunch of different things. And that's, as you get higher and higher up the levels, you start juggling more and more, like Marcella's talking about, the multi-layers of how deep you think about things. And it's just it's a really interesting game that, like I said, I've played all different sports, but nothing quite does it like paintball, for me at least. It's pretty crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
a fun
agree.
game, man. It hurts a little bit.
So I got to ask you this as well. Dude, I have so many questions for you, Steven. I love it. I know obviously you have players, Tranzfuse athletes on many different teams at World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie to us just because you're on the show. Who are you rooting for?
I mean, there's
Oh, come on, dude. Quit lying.
I wasn't
It
rooting
was
for anyone
Houston
to-
Heat, bro.
It was Houston
It was
Heat.
not. It was not.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was like in the beginning, they're obviously the first guys there, but for me, it's just, you know, I think of Team Tranzfuse, right? So as long
There
as
we go.
everyone who pulls, you know, whoever's been supporting me, I want to support them. It doesn't matter what team they're on. It's just, this sounds like the whole political answer to this. But
I was going to say, you took the diplomatic approach to this one, my friend.
I mean, like, okay, so I'll be honest with you guys.
Yep.
So at probably around quarterfinals, I'm like, well, okay, well, you know, the people that I'm promoting and I'm supporting, by quarterfinals, I'm like, I guess it doesn't really matter because there's always a player on one of the teams.
Yeah.
So in the end, Tranzfuse is gonna have some sort of.
Dude, you're winning. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, obviously the people have been supporting me the most. I want to support as well, and obviously it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I came strolling by the
We're gonna let you
Tranzfuse
slide.
booth, yeah, when I came strolling,
We're gonna let you slide.
I'm gonna vouch for him a little here, because I was running by the Tranzfuse booth, and he was just like, "Yo, I got it." You know what I mean? Like, let's go, let's get you dialed in. Took and then I hopped the fence, brought some to you, and then we were cooking and sizzling on that last game. Came down to the final point with me and you, Marcelo.
Cooking and sizzling, dude. And we're gonna have Billy Bernacci on the show. Actually, like, major shout out and love to X Factor. That's one of my favorite teams in the world. Honestly, if I didn't play for Dynasty, I've always said it would either be them or Russian Legion. Those are just organizations that I admire. And Billy played lights out. Rainey played. I mean, I can't wait to get Rainey on the show. I know we talked to him before that game, and I know he wants to come on as well. That is just a paintball wizard. But it was such an epic battle. They made such an insane comeback, and I personally had a pretty rough match, in all honesty. I remember after we went up 4-1, whatever it was, we went up a bunch of points. They started making that comeback, and I was like one of the first ones that was just getting dinked out and pinched out. You know, they were making it wide on both sides, and I just remember going back into the pit each time, and I'm like, okay, eventually it's going to click. Just keep going. Like, eventually you're going to, you know, you're going to have a point, you know, you just got to, like, kind of not get frustrated with it. And then I'd go out there and I just couldn't live in that bunker. It was like, it couldn't work. Same thing, go into the pit. I'm like, all right, man, eventually one of these is going to come. And then for it to happen in overtime, the way it did, where it comes down to a 2-on-3, me and you versus those guys who had been chewing me up the whole match, pretty much, or the second half of that match. You know, the first half was pretty dominant in our favor, but it was just crazy to look over and see you, my brother, you know, Tyler. It was just epic, you know.
It was crazy
and
surreal.
And so I can't. It was surreal, and I can't wait to talk to Billy. And because equally, we've been on the other side of that as well.
Totally, we lost in 2018.
2017 to Impact in the finals, right?
Yeah,
it was the end of 2017. And it was also, they went up big on us in the beginning, and then we made a big comeback, and we were like a point away. We didn't quite go to overtime, but it was just as close almost, you know? And those are heartbreakers, you know? And I mean, if they would have won, like it was so close, you know, it was so
Oh my
like, yeah,
God.
point could have went either way. You know, Jesse
Yeah.
dives out to the corner and core sampled. So like a lot of stuff didn't go their way in that overtime point. You know, a 3-on-2, they really should have won, and just the stars kind of aligned for us. And you
Yeah.
know, you and I, we both connected on some pretty amazing shots. I like to think that my mind was juiced up from all the transfuse and transcend.
Yeah, dude.
It kind of helped
Oh,
me
man.
connect when we needed it the most and go the distance. But yeah, man, that was epic. So you got some good shows coming your way.
Yeah, it was crazy. And Billy, dude, he played lights out, like you said.
Yeah,
really had a great
sure.
showing out there. So we're excited to have him on soon too. Rainey, like you said, a damn wizard. That guy is unbelievable. Like you look at him, you're like, there's no way this guy is gonna play it. And then he's just down on your side of the field, just eating you alive. You're like, this guy is just monster. It's lights out play every time that Rainey steps on the field.
I feel like the last 2 or 3 years he's evolved to another level. He was always great. But the last 2 or 3 years, he's kind of evolved into the guy who could be the best player on your team, and he can carry a team to go the distance. And it's just funny to see, you know, and Steven, actually, this is a good question for you as well, because in paintball, the careers, look at Ryan Greenspan. He definitely just had the performance of his lifetime. That's as good as he's played, and he's accomplished everything there is to accomplish already, pretty much, you know. And how long has he been playing pro? Almost 20 years, I think, right?
I have a poster from like him shooting IR3 with like Ollie and those guys. Like,
exactly.
I have it signed in my room and everything too.
Dude, that's crazy.
Funny. That's great, you know. But it's like you see these players. Archie is in, I don't know exactly what it is, maybe his 15th pro season, you know. All these players have gotten better and better and better the older they get. They're not declining because they're losing a little bit of athleticism. Maybe they're not even losing that athleticism. Maybe it's not noticeable in paintball. You're not really tackling somebody or going up against an 18-year-old, you know, pound for pound in that way. So the better players are the ones that can keep their body in shape for the long term, because by the time they get to that long term, they have more experience than everybody. And we talked about this. It's a game of 3D chess. So if you can make better decisions than your opponent, you know, and you're in good shape, you're going to be the best in the game. It's pretty simple. So taking care of your body is so important. What kind of things, you know, coming from the bodybuilding world, you already mentioned that it's a totally different type of training than you would for sports. Have you specialized enough in paintball to give advice on what type of training players should be doing?
I feel that there's specific movements that I've done in training that could definitely benefit people in paintball. So explosive movements, fast switch movements, you know, shuttle runs, you know, suicide runs, things that you just dread in all the other sports that you played in. That is something that's always happening in paintball that I realized. You're from dead stop motion, and then all of a sudden you have to be as explosive as possible. Squats. I highly suggest that you guys do bodyweight squats, but not like the heavy dumbbells, like huge weight on your back. It's more so of pause reps. So if you're doing a mid squat, slowly go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slowly come back up 1, 2, 3, 4. That basically helps you stabilizing muscles. And for me, like I remember I was like hitting the snake a few times at this last weekend, and like my quads are on fire still, and glutes and quads are on fire. So the one thing that I took home is that I guys are doing lunges more, squats, and
that's right,
and more about slow and steady reps, just so that you're in standing in positions, you're holding that laying down, and you're going to be in that position, awkward position, not really straight up, but not really all the way down. Holding those positions and kind of doing slow tempo reps would really help a lot.
Totally.
On top of that, you know, explosive movements and calves, just to help you with off the brakes and whatnot.
Dude, paintball is played in a squat position. That is where, like, unless you're in a tower or a can shooting, just holding a lane or something, every other bunker you go to, the small temples, the Doritos, the snake, the bricks, you're going to be in like a squat position, and you have got to be ready to hold that for quite some time. So like even like the back against the wall in the squat position type thing, and sitting there for as long as you can. And like you said, like plyometrics, a lot of explosive, just big explosive movements, because you have to be holding a lane and then goes from 0 to 100 and get past that gap or whatever into the next bunker. So It's
When you're
it's
snap
pretty.
shooting, for example, sorry to cut you off, but when
No,
you're
yeah,
snap shooting, you want to come down low, and then when you pop back out, you want to come over the top. So you're basically you're not
yeah,
hitting a full range of motion, but you're hitting like different angles of a squat.
yeah,
So it's literally like you're hitting like it's a workout that I personally like have never experienced before. So
yeah.
I
We
highly
talk.
recommend.
We talk about that too. It's like you can't even train for paintball. You have to be like playing paintball to be ready for that kind of physique. It's like a paintball body. You can't even go to the gym and get in paintball shape. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
unique thing. And also, what you said, when you snap shoot, you come out the right, and then you don't want to come out the same spot too many times. So then you have to come over the top, and then you have to come out the left. So you're doing all these different squat positions, and then coming out of these different spots of the bunker. So just try to, emulate those movements. Even at your house, you could just be in those positions and kind of do those kind of movements.
Yeah. So some really good exercise I do. I do these oblique exercises where I'll take a 45-pound, the weight that you put on the bar, right? So the big circular ones, you got like a little handle on it. And I stand up, hold it down to my right, drop the shoulder down towards the right, and then pull it back up. That'll strengthen the obliques. But then what I'll do is in one hand, I'll do squats with it in that hand, and so it's weighted to the right side. So I feel more of that pressure on like my right leg, which kind of emulates that snapshot where you're putting your pressure, you're transferring the weight to that right side of your body, coming back up. There's definitely different ways you can get creative with it because it is so paintball specific, the type of movements that you do on the paintball field.
Yeah.
It is really tough to train for. Weighted burpees are really good because it's kind of like a full body explosive movement exercise, which you kind of find yourself in, like you said, everywhere on the field. Yeah, so that kind of training, that functional training is definitely the move. Ryan says the only thing he really does is uphill sprints, and it seems to be working for him. But I think Ryan just doesn't like to share his secrets with everybody.
That's
I think he
right.
secretly is in there like working all sorts of other things, and he likes to play the cool guy card and say, "I don't ever work out," but I think he's working.
He
I think he's
100% is.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes I'll even like grab a 10-pound weight and put it in my gun hand, like as the hand that I would be pulling the trigger with. And I'll get into the posture of a snapshot, and I'll just roll out and do it with a weight and put it in my left hand, roll out to the side, and then get in a squat position. Actually, if you go to our YouTube channel, there's a whole little workout thing that I did on there with it says like Tyler Harmon's favorite workouts. And you can watch that on our YouTube channel, Play the Game. So go check that out.
Love it.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
definitely checking that out.
Yeah, dude.
My game up.
It's specific, man. It's very specific.
It's important stuff. Let's
It
see.
is.
All right, Steven, you got anything else exciting for us? What can the people expect? Where can people keep up with what's going on?
So we're our main platform right now is Instagram, transfuse.official. We may change the handle to Tranzlabs now just because we're coming out with more products out.
There we go.
So just follow Tranzlabs and transfuse.official.
Do you own that yet? If not, you might want to go change that.
Oh, we have the
now.
handle. No, we have the handle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If you see the handle, it'll probably have like 6 images and that's it. But we're just sitting on that right now.
Beautiful.
Gotcha. Nice.
There we go. Love that.
Camping on it.
Yeah.
But for us as we grow as a brand, I want to create more content and focus on our Twitch channel, our YouTube channel, and create valuable content. Like one thing that made me love paintball was like stuff from Dirter back in the day, like contract contract killers. When I saw you and Bob Long screaming at you all the time, I want to create more in-depth like bios of players. Obviously, you guys would be one of the first guys on there, but I would love to hire a videographer and kind of get in deep and in depth on like not just the player, but like the origins of the player and what's going on in your brain. I want to create more culture building as well, so I want to grow the sport with you guys.
I love that.
Amazing. I can't wait, dude. That's going to be fun. That sounds amazing.
I mean, outside of the amazing products that you've brought to the paintball industry, this is another reason why Tyler and I both love working with you and being partners on this venture, because you are a paintball patron in a way. You're one of those players that has a passion for the game and wants to support the game of paintball. And that is why we are so passionate about sharing your brand, because that's what we're all about. We want to be able to grow the sport together, right? And that's going to take, again, we talk about all the time, it's all hands on deck. So Hell yeah, dude. That's dope. That's really dope. I look forward to that because that kind of content we definitely are missing out on. You know, we don't have what we used to have as far as that story building and getting really deep, you know, with the characters and the players and building, you know, you look at like
The
the
superhero,
yeah,
aspect that you
exactly.
mentioned
The
beforehand.
superhero.
I watched
Right.
play the game. I watched play the game.
Hey, let's go.
Exactly,
Let's
man.
go.
Got to create superheroes. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. That is. And dude, actually at World Cup, Monkey with a Gun is
I saw.
doing another serial killers that'll be coming out in the next couple years. I think there's going to be a CK3 that's dropping. That's world news right there. I don't even know
That's
if I'm
world
supposed
news. Oh my goodness.
to I don't even
Yeah,
know if I'm
who's
supposed to talk about that, but yeah, Monkey with the Gun is back and they're filming again, dude. They're going to do another serial killers.
that
I
is
saw the shirts
tight.
there. I just didn't know. I didn't know if they're actually doing something with it. But yeah, wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could get interesting. It could be an interesting thing. It's
Very,
gonna
very
be fun,
cool.
man.
It's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Hey, so where are you playing paintball next? Where are you headed? I wanna follow your paintball adventure too, Steven.
Man, well, okay. I'm gonna go to Cali. I'm gonna be going to WCPPL this
Nice.
coming week. I'm probably gonna have a booth there, but if I could jump on, a team,
Yeah,
why not? I mean, I
dude.
played 4 times for the past 15 years. I played only 4 times within this year. Um, I mean, I just need to get back on the field and play more paintball. That's it.
Okay.
There was
We're
a pro
getting you
camp.
on a team, dude. We're getting you on a team.
There was a pro camp that free parking up north that they hosted, and like Ryan Brand and Keith Brown, Yaya, and
Yeah.
Ted George and Ronnie was part of. And
Mhm.
they were making fun of me because like I was doing off the break stuff, and I was holding with one hand, I was doing this, and I have videos of it. They're like mocking me, but they said like afterwards I was picking guys off the break and everything. So
Yeah.
I definitely think that I just need to play more, and I'm gonna get better.
Dude, I love that. So you've played 4 times in the last 15 years, you said, and you're back, bro. I can't wait. If you ever need anything, we got your back, bro. We'll help you become the best paintball player ever.
I gotta go pay a visit over to you in December 20th, man. The one-on-one.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm good
dude.
enough yet for that, but
Dude.
back
Yeah.
in
So
the
what?
day.
Do it, make it happen.
Yeah. So what Steven was showing on the video is that he is holding the gun with one hand and then using his other hand to kind of drum the trigger there and keep it going.
Yeah,
And
I
what?
keep forgetting.
Yeah. So on December 20th, if anybody wants to come out and kind of get your clout up and showcase your skills in front of yours truly, I am hosting a one-on-one paintball tournament at American Paintball Coliseum. So, Steven, I can't wait to see you there. Marcelo is going to be there. Mike Broderick, Mikey Urena is going to be there. We're going to have everybody there, and it's going to be a good time.
Unfortunately, I will not be there. I can't let people. I can't let people. Get let down. I don't want to feel like I bailed.
I thought you
were
going to win it. It's an open tournament. You can win all the money.
What I just told you, December is that's my time off, baby. December 20th. Yeah. Ooh, that's too close to Christmas. I'm not traveling. No way, buddy.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, I guess all the zonies, someone out here in Arizona is going to win a lot of money.
Is it actually, can pros play? Is it open?
Absolutely. Anybody can play.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that until just now. You're just telling me this.
Yeah. Anybody can play. So,
wow.
If anybody wants to come to Arizona and
we,
as a pro player,
how much money can you win?
As much as we win for an NXL Pro tournament. That's what I'm trying to say. Like when we divide up the money after we win a pro tournament, it's roughly about $1,000 or so. And that's what I'm giving away is $1,000 to first place. So someone's going to walk away with $1,000 for winning.
Whoa, that's pretty
I'll throw in a few boxes of Transfuse for
there we go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
And actually, people are stoked to have some Transfuse out there. I'm gonna have some PTG stickers, and we'll have some Transfuse packets for everyone to try out. So really looking forward to that at American Paintball Coliseum, December 20th. Go to Facebook and check it out there on my page. You can go to my Facebook page and see that. But yeah, dude, I appreciate you so much for the support, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
Here's a question for you guys.
Yeah.
If you guys could have a flavor, what would it be? What type of flavor?
Watermelon, lime.
No, I mean like a brand new.
No, I know.
I would probably like a guava strawberry type, like some, I don't know. You've pretty much killed it with the tropical bliss, but
I'm going acai and pineapple. It's been my favorite smoothie since I was 15 years old on the Ironman. Oliver took us to a Smoothie King. I didn't even really know what smoothies were about, but Oliver was all about having like healthy smoothies. And he got this acai drink with, and he put pineapple in it. And I was like, oh, I'll take that. You know, it's Oliver Lang getting this smoothie. So I got that, and it was delicious. And ever since then, I go to Jamba Juice now. I get a acai super antioxidant, and I tell them to hold that raspberry sherbet, and they sub frozen pineapple in there, and it's fantastic. I love it. So if you could turn that into a little beverage, that'd be amazing. I dig that. It's a good combination right there. That acai with the pineapple. It's like it's like you're on vacation, baby.
I'll take note of that. So unofficially, there's some people who actually mix watermelon lime with hard liquor. I don't condone any of that, but one thing I thought in my mind is like a margarita mix, like with a minty type of lime.
Pina colada. You gotta do a pina colada
as well. That was another
right
one
there.
So I'm all game for new flavors. So maybe if we have.
I was gonna say pina colada too. You could be onto something.
The pina colada, that could.
There is sour green apple that I just love. Sour green apple. Lemon lime, which is traditional. And then I think there's grape as well, or even traditional fruit punch.
Fruit punch sounds pretty good too.
People can comment on whatever, on the YouTube channel or whatever platform, comment what flavors they might they want, and
absolutely,
and do some beta testing there.
Yeah, on our YouTube channel, if you're watching it, be sure to comment some flavors, and then as well when we post up some content for your being on the show, be sure to drop some comments on there for some flavors for sure.
Hell yeah.
One last question. Where do you guys see play the game? And you've probably been asked this a million times from other people. Where do you guys see play the game in, let's say, 2 years or 3 years?
On the moon.
On the moon. Oh, at Mars.
On the moon.
We're happy
Mars
with the moon.
We're a little unsure about Mars right now. We're a little let Elon go. He could venture there for a little bit. He's got coronavirus right now too, I think. Let's see. He's got to get through that first.
Oh boy. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the moon. Yeah.
The moon's good. The moon's great.
That was our mission statement, is that someday, be it, 30 years down the line, to have a show on the moon. I'm sure it'll be pretty expensive to do that, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for someday,
What if you guys have a field?
A field? Yeah.
In all honesty, I mean, obviously Tyler and I talk all the time. We spend more hours talking off the air than we do on the air. So if you can put that into perspective, because we, minus these last 12 days, Tyler informed me, he's like, dude, we haven't done a show in 12 days.
Yeah.
I went on vacation, and then we were remodeling the studio here. So, really sorry to the listeners, but we talk a lot. And so obviously these conversations come up, and field, just anything that can present paintball in a better way to the players is something that we want to do. And we've discussed everything under the moon. So eventually we can get to the moon. So, we'll leave some of it a secret, but we have big plans for Play the Game. We love what we've been able to build so far, and we're really appreciative of the community. That's been kind of the greatest thing. I mean, Tyler, we've been talking about this. It was insane at World Cup. That's the first event we've had since starting this company. And every time we'd walk onto the field, I would just hear left and right, "Play the game, Marcelo," or "Play the game, Tyler." Like, that was crazy. Our listeners are out there. They're part of the community. They're part of the culture. That's why we even say the whole thing for the culture. It truly is for you guys. So if it makes the experience better for the players, then we're about it.
That's right. Yep. We want to do everything we can to take this as far as we possibly can and give it the best light, and just show paintball the amount of love that it's shown us. We've been so fortunate to be a part of this community, and I would feel bad if I wasn't doing anything because of how much I've received from this amazing game. And it's just our way of showing an immense amount of love for this community that we're so grateful to be a part of. And hopefully we'll have a show from the moon, baby. Let's go. Get us there.
Totally. I like it. Well, we can get a ride with Elon. He could drop us off on the way to Mars when he's
just Mars. A quick little toss off.
Yeah. I think Ryan has some stock in Tesla, so maybe he can pull some strings.
There we go. Yeah, we'll hit him up for sure. I love that.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, Steven, thank you so much, man, for your time. Thank you for everything you do to support Tyler and myself and the Play the Game show. You are one of the main supporters, obviously, and our listeners know that they love your stuff as well. And so we're excited for the future. Ty, you got anything?
Yeah. Dude, thank you for just being a part of paintball again and coming back in here and
Yeah.
you know, really giving people a quality product that we can all believe in and get behind, and just being a great person all around. You really care about the community, and it shows in everything that you do. You're having fun with the experience. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for coming on the show and having some fun, and we can't wait to hopefully play some paintball together at some point. You know, you're
let's
getting
do that.
Absolutely. No, thank you for having me, guys. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
One low-key goal of mine is, like I said, the team, or maybe even try to get to a certain position down the road. I'm not going to say anything, but maybe higher up on a divisional level.
There we go. Well, hey, we got your back 100,000%. And it's a little, or if you ever have anything that you need, we got your back all the way. That's what it's all about.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yep, right on, brother. You have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.
That was a great episode. We are so thankful for Steven taking time out of his day to come on and share some insight with you guys. It was just really cool to get his perspective coming from the bodybuilding world over to the paintball world. Well, first starting in the paintball world, then moving to the bodybuilding world and coming back to paintball. Seems like he's here to stay. So many awesome plans for the future of paintball, and Tranzlabs will be a big part of it. We're thankful for our partnership, and just a really cool perspective as well from somebody who has done it and understand what it takes to market yourself in regards to being a professional paintball athlete. I hope that was valuable to the listeners. And with that said, we're going to have plenty more shows. We're sorry that this one took so long to get to you guys. As you guys heard in the episode, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, remodeling my place, went on a little short vacation directly after World Cup, but we are back in full force and very excited to bring you guys tons of awesome content during this quote-unquote off season. Hopefully we're not going to have too much of one. We want to play as much paintball, play the game as much as possible. And if you guys would like, you could head over to ptgpaintball.com, check out our merch. Our website was designed by Rusty Glaze. We are incredibly thankful for him, our coach. He also does web design, builds websites for paintball stores, paintball fields, whatever it might be. If you are a young entrepreneur and you want to look professional, you probably should have a website. Rusty's your guy. You can head over to constantpursuit.com, check out his work. But after you head over to Play the Game and check out our stuff at ptgpaintball.com. That is our website. Thank you, listeners, so much for tuning into the show. We cannot wait to see you again. See you very soon.